My name is Kayla Halvorsen. I am a health studies student and I chose to do my fieldwork at the Ehrlo Society. I wanted the experience of working with youth with substance abuse and mental health issues. Being at Jordan House in Pilot Butte has given me this opportunity. It is a 10-bedroom house from youth all over Canada, and it is an intake house before they either get sent back home or they get moved to the family treatment program with their families. It is a therapeutic-based agency, so there are a lot of recreational programming opportunities, as well as any opportunities to have the kids succeed, and maybe some more opportunities that they don't have at home. This allows them to take away from any abusive issues they may have and try to get them to do something more positive. So when I found out that when I was starting my fieldwork that the hockey league was starting, I was more than happy to jump all over this. Mainly because I wanted to expand my coaching career, but also at the same time I wanted to work with these kids, whereas in the past I've only ever seen them at practice, but in this circumstance I got to see them in technically their home life and at practice. So with a lot of these kids have been moved around from group home to group home and haven't had any real stability in their life. So what I thought I could gain from this was to help them goal set during this season. Maybe to try and help them have the life lesson that no matter where they are in life, that they can still set goals to succeed. So some of the things that maybe didn't go according to plan all the time was, for one, some of the youth were unwilling to go to hockey, or maybe they had had a rough day at school, or staff being involved, something along those lines to make them unwilling to go. So in this circumstance, it just took a lot of convincing, and some days there wasn't enough convincing I could do or any of the other staff could do, and they just didn't want to participate in hockey that day, and go to practices, but they were more than willing to always go to games. So kind of explaining to them the balance of having to do the practice to put in the effort to make it to the games, then they kind of understood from there. But by the end of the season, they were really happy that I was able to stick with them through it, and they just had the biggest smiles on their face. As for my second circumstance, February's cold weather, I didn't really picture. Through this, a lot of practices got cancelled because the weather was -30, -35, and it is the problem that we had being an outdoor hockey league, but also when the kids wanted to go to the outdoor rink, we couldn't because it was just too cold for them. So this put a damper on their goals because they couldn't quite work on them for a couple weeks straight. I'm really happy with the way that my project turned out, and I believe the value for it and the youth that I worked with was just to show how far you can come just staying consistent with one thing and juggling other things on the side too, but just having somebody consistent in their life, which they haven't been used to. So I think it just really showed how well the ranch is doing, understanding that and being able to provide these kids with recreation and programming opportunities. I definitely developed teamwork and communication skills because you need that when you're in a house with 10 kids. Everything happened very quickly, and if you weren't on top of it, then stuff would go missed, but that was very, very minimalized. There was a lot of communication that went on, and this placement was the way just as I thought it would be and more. I worked with really great people and had the opportunity to really grow my skills from my professional feature of working with clients, not only youth but with adults also, and I felt that was very it was super valuable to gain those skills.